to my channel. Before we get into this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below anything you want in the comment section. I will be reading the comments, and that'll be greatly appreciated. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors right now are 10th in the Western Conference. They currently have a record of 27 and 26, and they're 5th in the Pacific Division. So in their division, they're basically last place. They're in last place, which isn't good. It's not good because obviously you need to be, you want to be higher in your division so that when it comes to playoff time, you can have the tiebreaker over those. But that's not good. But we'll get into more of those later. So I want to start off this video by talking about the roster of the Golden State Warriors, because I think that needs to be discussed, because this team is just not good. You obviously have a star of Steph Curry. Like, I don't think there's much to be said about him. He's had a great season. I'll just pull up his stats real quick. He's had a remarkable season with 28 points per game. He's literally 5th in the league with that. He averages 4 rebounds and 5 assists, basically, with 46% from the field. I mean, you get what you get with Steph. Like, he's going to he's going to play really well each night. You know that. And today he had an off game against the Jazz. Scary game, honestly. But he had 16 points, 10 assists. Like, I mean, Steph's not going to always he can't just carry the team every time. But he's been putting a consistent effort. In the last 10, he's actually averaged around 34 points per game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 48% from 3. I think he had a record last night scoring 7 threes in 4 consecutive games. I think that's an NBA record. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did that. And I mean, look, in my opinion, Steph Curry's been playing amazing for this team. He's not the problem with the team. He's far from the problem. He's basically the only bright spot on this team. So yeah, I'm not going to talk a lot about Steph Curry this video. The guy I want to talk about a lot is actually someone surprising. Like, I know, like, a lot of analysts have been on this guy's case since this whole season because it's been a contract year for him. But I'm going to be talking about Klay Thompson. Now, before I break down what I think about what Klay Thompson's been doing this season, I want to say something about Klay Thompson. I think Klay Thompson is a fantastic player. He's been amazing for the Warriors organization. He's won them 4 championships. Coming back from the Achilles injury and the ACL injury is not easy. Helping the Warriors, he was a very big part of the Warriors 2022-2023 run when they won the championship. Klay Thompson's been phenomenal. Even last year, he played pretty good. He led the league in 3-pointers made last season. I think he had like 300 threes made. He's still a very good 3-point shooter. The only problem is that it's a contract year. He's getting old, and I just see a lot of inconsistency with Klay Thompson, and it's sad to see him regress like this. But again, he's old. He's getting old. He's 32 years old. He's about to turn 33, and he's just been very inconsistent this season. Like, he's averaging 17 points per game. That's an all-time low for Klay Thompson. 3.5 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 41% from the field. Like, this isn't Klay Thompson level of basketball we're seeing. Like, we're accustomed to seeing Klay Thompson score 23 points per game, like 22 points per game. Like, and the problem is, like, I'm fine with Klay Thompson scoring 17 points, right? Like, that's totally fine. But he's not consistent, and that's a problem, right? And I'll just base it off of these recent games. Now, Klay Thompson, congratulations today. Like, I'm actually very happy. You played amazing. 35 points per game, 35 points tonight against the Jazz, with 58% from the 3 and 59% from the field. So that's basically 60% from the field, 50% from 3. Like, that's really good. And I'm not saying you have to shoot like this every game. Like, I think nobody is expecting anybody to play like this every game. But we just want some consistency, right? If you look at the last 10 games, we'll look at the last 5 games. Smaller sample size. Klay Thompson has been inconsistent. Like, against the Clippers last night, played not so good. He had a 3-point percentage of 11%. He He went, I think, 1 from 9 from 3, 28% from the field. Just was not consistent. And I'm seeing the Warriors play in clutch situations, and Klay Thompson is not on the court because Steve Kerr does not trust Klay Thompson anymore to be reliable when it comes to clutch situations because he's not shooting the basketball really well. But then the game before that against Utah, at Utah, he played amazing. I thought he played amazing. 26 points, 42% from the three, and 57% from the field. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's what we've been wanting Klay Thompson to play. Like, and then you see when the Warriors beat the Suns, he was basically a non-factor. He had 5 points, 14.3% from the three. Not very good. I think he went 1 for 6 from 3 in that game. I was watching. Again, he was benched during that clutch situation when Steph Curry hit that game winner. He was benched. And then we see against the Philly, he played pretty good, pretty decent. I mean, he played amazing from 3. He had 80% from 3, 50%. Like, that's a really good game from Klay. But then against Brooklyn, scored only 8 points. Didn't even make a 3 that game. I think he went 0 for 6 from 3. So, we're seeing these inconsistencies from Klay Thompson, right? And I knew that the Warriors were not going to trade Klay Thompson at the deadline. You don't want to make Steph Curry mad. It just didn't make sense to trade him during this trade deadline. But my gut is saying if Klay Thompson consistently plays like this, and he's just very inconsistent, I have a hard time thinking that the Golden State Warriors will pay him this offseason. They probably will offer him a contract because his name is Klay Thompson, and he's been amazing for the Warriors organizations throughout the years. And just out of respect, you just have to give him a contract, right? But the money is the thing, right? The Warriors are in the luxury tax. You can't just keep paying your superstars. You're just never, you can't just be paying the same people over and over again because you're not going to be building your team. And I think Klay Thompson has to take a pay cut. He has to take one for the team. He has to take a pay cut. And I just don't see another team really paying Klay Thompson the bag. I think he has his best chance of getting his money from the Golden State Warriors. I think the Warriors can offer him the most out of any team. I think he's most respected in the Warriors. So, again, I think Klay Thompson this offseason, don't expect him to take a pay cut or expect him to walk in free agency. I don't see him getting a massive contract because I can show you guys right now, his contract right now is $43 million. He's not making $43 million this year. He's probably going to make around what Andrew Wiggins is probably making, or probably lower than that, honestly. I think Klay Thompson should be making $20 million now, just because of his age. His age is a big factor. He's 33. He's about to be 33 years old. But again, I mean, I don't see the Warriors parting ways from Klay Thompson though. I think he's been good for this organization, and I think you don't want to make Steph mad. You don't want to make Draymond mad. So I think you keep Klay Thompson, but it's got to be in a discount. So without rambling more, I'm going to be talking about Draymond Green now. And my issues with Draymond Green are not really about his basketball. No one expects Draymond Green to really put up triple doubles or he's not really a stat guy. His impact in the game has nothing to do with stats. He's more of a defense. He's basically defense. My issue with Draymond Green is not really playing. My issue is he's not playing. He has a tendency to get into situations that are not good for the team. This is we saw him basically try to we saw him also I think he punched right? And then he also punched Jordan Poole last year. and not cause issues with other teammates or team players like what he did with Yusuf Nurkic and Rudy Gobert. Like, we are chilling. The Warriors can be a good team because when Draymond's on the court, the Warriors are a cohesive unit. They're one of the most efficient teams in the league. I think when Draymond Green came back, the Warriors were the highest scoring offense in the league, like for the last like 10 games. Like, the Warriors aren't a bad team when Draymond's there. It's just he needs to be on the court, right? So I'm also going to be talking more. So that's all I want to talk about Draymond. So now here's my keys of how the Warriors, this All-Star break coming after the All-Star break, how the Warriors can maybe like get into the playoffs right now, because right now they're in the play-in tournament. They're the last seed in the play-in tournament right now, and it's just not looking good so far. And that's the reason why I'm titling the video "The Warriors Are in Shambles," because they basically are. For the Warriors standards, like, being the 10th seed is not good. When you have players like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, you should be in the play-in, like the playoffs. They should be a top 6 seed. So there are definitely some keys for the Warriors to win. I think they have I remember ESPN was talking about how the Warriors have a top 3 easy schedule coming up, right? The Warriors just need to be consistent. Like, be consistent, hold leads. Holding leads is very important when it comes to the Warriors. Like, against the Clippers the other night, they were up by 20 and they blew a lead. Like, holding leads. I think clutch game situations, the Warriors got to be way better in clutch game situations. They got to be more efficient during overtime. I think this year they're like 1 for 4 in overtime. Like, they just got to be better than that. And again, unfortunately, the Warriors did nothing in the trade deadline, so they really can't. Like, I can't really talk about how they can get paint defense because they don't have anybody that's taller than 6'9", and that's a problem, right? But really, the big elephant in the room is Klay Thompson. Again, I'm going to bring up Klay Thompson again. Klay Thompson just needs to be consistent. Like, he needs to help with Steph. Like, he needs to help Steph. And also, I think once Chris Paul comes back, he'll definitely manage the second unit better. Because when Chris Paul was playing, the second unit was really good. So, again, the Warriors do have a chance. Like, they have a chance, but the problem is the West is so stacked. Like, the margin for error for the Golden State Warriors right now is very, very, very low. So they need to start playing really well now, and everyone has to step up. Steph cannot be the only one carrying the team, and that's just how teams are. When you see the Nuggets, right? They're a very good team. It's not like Nikola Jokic is carrying the team. Jamal Murray plays really well. Aaron Gordon plays really well. Like, they have really good depth pieces. Reggie Jackson's pretty good. Caldwell Pope's pretty good. Like, you need everyone to step up and play their role. I'm not saying for Klay Thompson, again, I'm not saying for Klay Thompson to go out there and score 30 points every night. That's just not who he is anymore. He just got to be more efficient. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't really care about the stats. I care about your efficiency. Are you efficient? Are you helping the team win? Or are you holding the team back? That's my only issue with Klay. Other than that, I think he's been amazing for this team. He's a very good role model. He's a very good leader of this team. And yeah, without rambling too much, that's my thoughts about the Golden State Warriors. Please go like, subscribe, and comment down below anything. And just comment down below if you agree with me. I mean, I'm all for debate. I'm all for everything. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Peace.